I thought it was a great bounce back game. Our guys showed a lot of character. You're not going to play well all the time. We had a dud against, really the last two games. Probably, the last one we had a dud offensively. But I thought our guys really fought through it, and you're going to have some adversity in life, and it's a great lesson. And I thought those guys really came back. And Daryl had been struggling; he couldn't have played better. Same thing with Moses, been struggling since we put him in the lineup. We couldn't have won without those guys. But I thought the guy that was the MVP of the game was Barry Evans. I thought, if you know anything about basketball, it's not about scoring. It's about defending, rebounding, getting deflections. He was just a stat stuffer. He was the guy. He defended it really well. He was active, and the other guy, Chad and Moses and Daryl, scored the points, but Barry did some of the blue collar stuff, and then that's how you win.
Still, 73 points out of 3 guys, pretty good in the game.
Oh, no question. But you have to defend, and we shot, the heck out of it in the first half, and, only up by 4. In the second half, we defended better, held them to 31 points, did a good job on Reynolds. But yeah, those 3 guys, from an offensive standpoint, did a heck of a job. But like I said, I thought Barry was really good.
This was a game you really needed, but to win it like this, does that make a bigger difference?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you need to win all your home games. You got to protect your home court, or win a majority of them. And I say it all the time. Then try to steal a couple on the road. You're never going to win 6 or 7 on the road. You're going to try to win 3 or 4 on the road, and then you win 8 or 9 at home, and now you're in good shape. So that's home games are really important. And then coming off of we've had a tough schedule. And I said I think there's one other team that has been on the road 4 times in the first 6 games. So that's why you have to look at it through the entirety of the season, especially the first 9 games. Because now we're going to have we got 3 of the next 4 at home, and hopefully we can play well. There's no guarantee that we'll win, but you play better at home. But this was big. Coming off 2 losses, those guys they responded, and that's positive.
Coach, it seems like the guy could be 5, 6, or 7 different leading scorers any given night. How does it feel as a team to have anywhere?
Yeah, that's how it needs to be, and that hasn't been like that all the time, and that's why we struggled. You play Duquesne, you hold them to 54 points. You play George Mason, you hold them to 69 points, and that's under their average. If you do anything offensively, then we have a shot, and we had a shot at both those games, even though we didn't play well offensively, and that gives you a little bit of confidence, but. Coming here and having our guys play the way they played, and they played with energy. They played with grit and with passion. It looked like they were enjoying themselves, and we had a great crowd. The community, the students were terrific, and that's what the RC is all about.
Coach, did you feel like you guys were moving the ball, running things better compared to games offensively?
Well, yeah. It's when the ball is going in, everything looks good. We could have been that, and we could have been, what were we, 12 for 27. If we're 3 for 27, then, people are complaining that we're shooting too many threes, because they're not going in. And so it's always, every time the ball goes in, it looks good, But, we created separation. We did a better job of getting by guys and driving and kicking. And we had, a lot of open shots. We didn't force too many shots. We were able to get by people and create some separation, and then drive and kick and get open shots. And it's good, that the ball went in.
I know shooting can be up and down sometimes, but what do you think you did tonight that you can carry forward to?
That's what I just said. We beat guys off the bounce. So we were driving and kicking, and when you're stepping into shots, it's that much easier to make 3-pointers. When you're going off the dribble and trying to create your own shot, it's hard. But I thought we did a good job of sharing the ball. We had, 23 assists, 7 turnovers, and really 6 turnovers after, after we, turned the shot clock at the end of the game. But I thought, we shared the ball. We played Bonaventure basketball today, and I'm proud of the effort, the execution, and just their response from, coming back off of, 2 not very good games.
Did getting Micah back in there help at all?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's always good to have your starting point guard in there. But these guys responded. Chaz responded. Barry Evans responded, and that's what you need, and everybody, and I told the team in the locker room, everybody's going to have the day in the sun, it's, you're a team, and, Chuck didn't play a lot today, but Chuck was as big of a supporter on the bench as there is, so that's, everybody's going to have their time, and if you're a good team, which I think we are, and we have good guys, they're going to accept that stuff and come back, and, they're happy for, these three guys, but in the end, Daryl Banks, didn't win the game. Bonaventure won. His team won. And that's what's most important.
Daryl, you've been struggling with your shooting some this year. What does a game like this do for your confidence?
Of course, it feels good to see the ball going like that, to get hot like that. So, just to try to build off of it, still do what I do, go back to work, do individuals with my coaches, and just keep it going.
Daryl, I know we talked about it last week, but just how have you been really able to embrace this role of coming off the bench here the last couple games?
Same thing from last time. It doesn't really matter. Coach believes me to do what I got to do, and I'm just trying to be there for my team. So it's no difference.
Moses, for you, this is your first big game since moving into the starting lineup. What do you think was key to getting yourself going tonight?
Just staying confident, just playing my game, play within the team, and just, hit shots and just play hard. That's about it.
Anything else? For either of you guys, what, from your perspective, what do you feel like you guys need to do as a team to carry over the offensive consistency from night to night?
Well, like Coach said, we had energy, so we got to let our defense dictate how we're going to play. So if we're getting after on the defensive end, that's going to give us energy, give us easy looks down on the offensive end, get down in transition, stuff like that. So defense is stable.
And just playing off of each other, just driving and kicking, getting by our guy, the bigs being active in ball screens and diving and just stuff like that, just playing off each other, playing for each other.
Nice. Coach, before you guys came in, having 5, 6, 7 guys that could score on any given night like you guys did tonight, how does that feel? Just take pressure off of you or make you guys play looser? Or?
I feel like there's no pressure when anybody on the court can get a bucket, Everybody can score, so it doesn't matter who takes the shot, really. So being able to drive and get in the paint and kick out to anybody is a great shot for us, so, yeah.
Again, for either of you, just how needed was tonight? A couple of road games, a couple of tough losses. Just how important was it for you guys to respond the way you did tonight?
Yeah, so it was a home game, so we have to, we have 4 out of our next 5 home games. So Coach always says to win the A-10, you got to take care of your home court. There's still some on the road, so it was very important that we had to take care of home.
For either of you, what did you think of Barry's impact coming off the bench? His rebounds, his dunks, and just overall energy for you guys?
That's what B5 does, man. He's athletic. He can dribble. He makes good passes, good plays. Just having him on the court and us being able to just run the floor and him just bring it down and push it and make plays is great for us open court, definitely.
Any others? All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.